today's important news. Telangana blast toll rises to 36. 6 workers still missing. You all know that in Pasha Mailaram near Hyderabad, 36 workers, mostly from West Bengal, Bihar and other places, who are working in a chemical reactor, pharma company, they actually died with a blast. The toll from explosion at a pharmaceutical unit at Pasha Mailaram near Hyderabad rose to 36, and rescue efforts were underway to trace 6 missing workers who are suspected to have been at the site during the blast. As per factory records, 6 workers are still missing. We are continuing efforts to trace them. I think they are also almost dead. So, during the overnight search operation, a total of 19 bodies were retrieved from the debris. Search operations are still underway, both at the site and in nearby areas for individuals who remain missing. So, I can tell you, this is the most pathetic incident seen in the recent past in Telangana, and 36 people already dying and 6 were missing. 6 were missing means almost they would have died. Because it's a blast, unless DNA samples are collected, we cannot say their death is confirmed. So, it's a very pathetic and bad incident. At least it's a avoidable accidents. Boeing 787 Dreamliner accident, this chemical factory, pharma unit accident, these are all avoidable. We are losing lives, the cost of human life. They might be a simple worker, migrant worker from Bihar or UP or West Bengal, but still their life is equally costlier compared to the life of a prime minister or chief minister. But just because they are workers, there is no much agitation. That's all. Explosion at fireworks unit kills 8 workers in Tamil Nadu. Again a freak incident. 8 workers were killed and 5 injured in an explosion at a fireworks manufacturing unit at Chinnakamanpatti near Sattur in Virudhunagar district of Tamil Nadu. According to the police, the explosion took place at Gokul's Fireworks, located on Sivakasi Sattur Road. You all know, Sivakasi is very famous for crackers. Okay. So, cracker manufacturing industry need to follow a lot of protocols and safety measures. Friction during the process of filling chemicals used to make aerial fireworks may have caused the explosion, as per the initial reports. More than 50 workers were present at the unit at the time of the explosion. 7 working sheds were completely destroyed. Very bad incident. This is also an avoidable disaster. And the other important news, the Union Cabinet on Tuesday, that is on July 1st, announced employment-linked incentive scheme with allocation of 99,446 crores to support employment generation, primarily in the manufacturing sector. The employment-linked incentive scheme will provide incentives to employees as well as employers to improve creation of job opportunities. Around 1.92 crore beneficiaries will be the first-time employees. Scheme offers 1 month wage up to 15,000 in 2 installments. Under the scheme, while the first-time employees will get 1 month wage up to 15,000, the employers will be given incentives for a period of 2 years for generating additional employment. See, the thing is, in India, unemployment is growing. To address the problem, central government is providing employment-linked incentive scheme with an allocation of 99,446 crores. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that employment-linked incentive scheme would boost job creation. The focus on manufacturing and incentives for the first-time employees with great benefit to our youth. Labour Minister also said that it was able to provide jobs for 3.5 crore youth. 3.5 crore youth. So, this is the thing. They are giving incentives to the employees and also employers. So, in a way, directly or indirectly, even manufacturing sector will also be boosted up. Employment will be boosted up. Government is allocating 99,000 crores for this employment linked incentive scheme. It's a very important scheme. Next important news that is coming up. Quad should understand that India has every right to defend its people against terror, says Jaishankar. Our External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, is in America attending Quad Foreign Ministers meet. There he said, in fight against terror, India has every right to defend itself. India has every right to defend its people against terrorism, and the partners of the Quad grouping should appreciate that. And Mr. Jaishankar also said that more focused Quad will help to deliver better. More focused Quad will help to deliver better. This is an important and interesting news that's coming up. And coming to the center page article in Hindu, costly lapses. The center page article in Hindu, costly lapses. See, the Sigachi Industries in Hyderabad, where the accident happened. The Sigachi Industries, it's one of the top producers of microcrystalline cellulose in the world. Do you know that? Microcrystalline cellulose in the world. Microcrystalline cellulose is chemically inert. The human body does not absorb it. The skin does not react to it. But it has several useful physical properties, such as being a binder and texturizer, which is why it has varied applications in pharma, food, cosmetics, and other industries. Microcrystalline cellulose. Sigachi company is one of the top producers of microcrystalline cellulose. It has many physical properties as being a binder and texturizer in pharma, food, cosmetics, and other industries. Microcrystalline cellulose can add weight to a drug and facilitate the active ingredients to function effectively while making the drug conform to the weight specifications. But on July 1st, however, the pharma unit of Sigachi Industries in Hyderabad, which makes this benign substance, was a scene of lethal accident with the toll rising to 36 workers dying there. The making of this safe substance does involve risky processes, which can however be safe if appropriate procedures are followed by the trained personnel. Most of the dead are young, poor migrant workers from northern and eastern India who often lack social support. The Telangana government have announced an ex gratia of rupees 1 crore and efforts must be made to ensure it reaches to the families. It does seem that the response of mitigation agencies was timely and is ongoing. The blast, however, puts the spotlight back on the pharma manufacturing industry, which has been a foreign exchange earner for India. Such accidents have been frequent. Sadly, in August last year, there was a major accident at pharma unit in Anakapalli near Visakhapatnam. So, this is the story. So, here the essence of the story is microcrystalline cellulose, 1 point. Second is the safety and precautionary measures in pharma industries, particularly which are the largest foreign exchange earners to India. And the next important article, particularly with respect to international relations, a triangular dynamic in South Asia's power politics. A triangular dynamic in South Asia's power politics. Here, triangle is America, India, and Pakistan. In the complex interplay of great power politics in South Asia, the triangular relationship between the America, India, and Pakistan reveals a story. It is one about enduring strategic necessity as much as it is about the context of political ideologies, national interests, and historical legacies. So, how the relationship between America, India, and Pakistan dynamics are being shifted and changed. The entire article is with respect to that. Kindly focus on this. The next important news, Exercise Shakti. The 8th edition of India-France Joint Military Exercise, Exercise Shakti, was concluded. So, Exercise Shakti is the India-France Joint Military Exercise. Held from June 18th to July 1st in France, the exercise was hosted by the 13th French Foreign Legion Demi Brigade and involved more than 500 personnel from various units of French Army, Foreign Legion, Navy, and French Air and Space Forces. India was represented by 90-member contingent, including a battalion from Jammu Kashmir Rifles and troops from other armed services. So, Exercise Shakti. Next, Kazakhstan bans face coverings in public places. Kazakhstan's President Tokayev has previously praised the legislation as an opportunity to celebrate ethnic identity in Kazakhstan. So, now Kazakhstan law says that clothing that interferes with facial recognition will be banned in public, with exemptions for medical purposes, in adverse weather conditions, and at sporting and cultural events. So, face coverings are banned in Kazakhstan. Next, this is the interesting news. Thailand Constitutional Court have suspended the Thailand Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra from office pending an investigation over the leaked phone call with former Cambodian leader. Actually, Thailand Prime Minister has spoken over a phone call with Cambodian former leader saying that, "Uncle, I will take care, please don't worry." And she also commented on Thailand army commander also, which raised people's protest against her, particularly those who are royalists. They were anti-democracy and they were against the populism of Shinawatra family. So, her leaked phone call was in the news and it is becoming viral. And more importantly, you should also know, in Thailand there is a constitutional monarchy. The Thailand have strong military also, strong bureaucracy and judiciary. But the thing is, Thailand still supports, and most of the people in Thailand still have a strong support to the king, that is constitutional monarchy, military, judiciary and bureaucracy. All the four important systems of the government are authoritarian. So they don't want the populist elements to grow. That might be one of the reasons. But finally, there is a temple called Priya Vihar temple, the border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. Priya Vihar. So Priya Vihar is a 11th century Shiva temple, and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site also. There is a dispute between Thailand and Cambodia over Priya Vihar temple. It's a very old dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. International Court of Justice said that temple belongs to Cambodia, but still Thailand and Cambodia are fighting against Priya Vihar temple. Second indigenously manufactured stealth frigate Udaygiri delivered to Indian Navy. The delivery of indigenously manufactured stealth frigate Udaygiri to the Indian Navy marked a rare landmark in the history of naval forces. Udaygiri, the second ship of Project 17A stealth frigate, being built at Majgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, became the 100th ship to be designed and delivered by the Indian Navy in-house Warship Design Bureau. So, it was 100th ship to be designed and delivered by the Indian Navy's in-house Warship Design Bureau. Second in the 17A class, Project 17A stealth frigate class, and 100th ship designed by Warship Design Bureau. Okay, so this is very important. INS Udaygiri. So, stealth frigate. What is INS Udaygiri? Indigenously manufactured stealth frigate. So, important.